Hello, my name is Susanne and I am from Germany. I am visually impaired and I have a visual acuity of 5% and an extreme visual field loss. I am very happy to be a part of the Golden Eye Cooking Contest 2024, and I would love to cook for you today a cauliflower steak with chimichuri. But before we start, let's go to the market.
Because for me, healthy eating starts with good and fresh produce.
We are back in my kitchen and I will start with the cauliflower. First I will take the green away and then I will cut the cauliflower in about 2 centimeter stripes and spice it. Let's do it.
For that, I'm using a big knife and a cutting board. I chose cauliflower today because it's very rich in nutrients. It contains vitamin C and K, folic acid, potassium, calcium and magnesium, and also antioxidants which can prevent cancer, heart disease and inflammation. Now I'm washing the cauliflower before I cut it. If you cut the cauliflower in strips, you have to be very careful because it falls apart very easily. So be very patient and don't cut too fast. And now it's time to place the cauliflower on a baking tray, which I already prepared with baking paper.
Next thing I'm going to do is the harissa cream, which will season the cauliflower and make it a little bit spicier.
For that, I take 3 tablespoons of the harissa paste, 4 tablespoons of the olive oil, pepper and salt, and all mix it together in a little bowl. Now it's time to coat the sides and the top of the cauliflower with the paste.
Now it's time to put the cauliflower in the preheated oven. I preheated the oven 200 degrees Celsius, top and bottom heat. It's about for 20 minutes. The cauliflower should stay there on the second shelf. The next thing I'm going to do is the chimichuri, and I'm using flat leaf parsley for that. Not coriander. A lot of people use coriander, but my family doesn't like it. So I'm just using flat leaf parsley, and please make sure to use just flat leaf parsley because flat leaf parsley is more aromatic and much finer in taste.
First, I remove the leaves from the stem and put them in a sieve to wash them, and after that I will dry them in a towel. Parsley contains so many nutrients and also the valuable bitter substances, but also the vitamin A, and vitamin A is very important for our eyes, so make sure to eat more parsley.
Next challenge for me is to cut the shallot and the clove of garlic in very small dices. So let's go.
For this I use a large knife and a cutting board again. Shallots are a little bit sweeter than onions, so that's why they are better for this recipe. Shallots and onions are very good for your digestive and circulatory system. They are also good for your bones and joints, just to name a few benefits. I put the chopped shallots immediately to the mortar. Now it's time to cut the garlic, and I use a smaller knife for that. And I put them directly in the mortar to the shallots. Garlic, on the other hand, is particularly good for your blood lipids, which turns out to be very good for your heart. I'm trying to cut them really small, and then I will add them to the mortar. I now season the shallots and the garlic with pepper, salt, dried thyme and dried oregano, and mash everything together into a paste. I use dried spices for the thyme and oregano so they don't take over the flavor, because I want the parsley to be in the center stage. Now it's time to chop the parsley as finely as possible and then add it to the paste in the mortar. Now it's time to add the olive oil and stir everything together to a very nice sauce. Don't forget the grated peel of a lime and the juice of half a lime, and stir everything again together in the mortar. Limes are very healthy and they contain a lot of vitamin C, potassium, zinc, calcium, and so many minerals, iron, folic acid, vitamin A, and vitamin E.
So now let the chimichurri steep, and we are going to do the cheese sauce with goat cheese, cheap cheese, and skyr. Let's do it.
To do this, blend the cheese and the skyr in a blender until smooth. Goat cheese also contains a lot of vitamin A, which is very good for our eyes, as we learned already earlier. And it's less in calories and fat than normal cheese. Skyr and cheese contain a lot of protein, and they are very good for our bone health and our muscle function.
And now it's time for the pomegranate and walnuts. Let's do it real quickly because I think the cauliflower is almost ready.
For me, it's easier to quarter the pomegranate and then remove the seeds in a bowl. By the way, pomegranate is very healthy and it helps to lower the LDL cholesterol, and also if you drink 1 glass of pomegranate juice every day, then it can lower your blood pressure. Make sure that you don't have the little white caps on your seeds. They still need to be removed out of the bowl. Now I chop the walnuts into smaller pieces with a big knife and a cutting board. Walnuts help metabolism and also weight management.
Now it's time to get the cauliflower out of the oven and time to serve.
First, we spread the cheese cream nicely on the plate and then arrange the cauliflower steak on top of the cream. We spread the chimichurri on top, and to add a fruity note, we use the pomegranate, and for the crunch, we use the chopped walnuts. I made it! And it looks so yummy and it smells so good. I can't wait to eat it. I'm gonna enjoy it now, and thank you very, very much for your attention.